Hey, haven't you been wanting to start a podcast?
Yeah, but doesn't it take a lot to make one?
Well, let me tell you about Anchor. It's free, and it's the easiest way to make a podcast. On top of that, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Oh, that sounds amazing. But doesn't it take a lot of work to put my podcast on different platforms?
Actually, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
That sounds fantastic.
On top of that, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
So where do I get started?
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Liz, and I'm here with Tyrant Dominus, aka Jesus. And if it's your first time listening, we hope you follow or subscribe. It's free, and you can always unfollow or unsubscribe. So let's get into that episode. How are you, Jesus?
Bruh. That's a bit of a scuffed intro, but that works. I'm doing well. Seems you've been having a rough week.
Yep, I got my booster. It played me out.
What? So you were able to get the next level of...
Yep, basically kicked my ass.
And look at that shit.
He got that right.
Damn. So you must have had it a little bit rough.
Yeah, but I wasn't a pussy. I showed up to work.
Okay. I've been fairly well now, for the most part. I had a rougher week before, like right after we were done that recording. Last week's recording, that was like the start of a very, very, very long week. And I literally just worked, ate, and slept for like 5-6 days straight. My days off weren't even days off. They literally were like sleep, and I had to go back to work. It was rough. It was a rough week for me. This week was a little bit more calmer, but one person in my team fortunately had vacation, so it was still kind of a little bit rough. I'm trying to get the VODs out for this show, so if anyone's listening, we also post these episodes on YouTube. So if you don't want to like listen to it, you just want to have it running in the background on YouTube, check that out. But yeah, it's I've been trying to catch up on some like horror films. I recently, at the time of this recording, I've already put out my review for The Manor. It's an Amazon original film by Blumhouse and Amazon Studios. I also did a film called Bingo Hell. As far as like horror films are concerned for this time of year. So if you want to catch those,
Always fun.
Oh yeah. If you want to catch those, you can go catch it on my other show, Reactions. You can catch those on other podcast platforms or on the same YouTube channel. But that's kind of really what I've been doing, or I've been trying to do. I've been trying to do catch up on horror film stuff.
Yeah, we never did get to watch our horror film together.
That is true. We were gonna that was the plan. We were gonna watch a horror movie and even possibly review it, but we got sidetracked. But we had a project for all our audience members, and I think it came out pretty well, actually. You want to talk about that?
I think so too. So we were working on our merch line, y'all. Whoop whoop. Merch.tyrantdominus.com. I was hoping to give it a little bit of a feminine touch. You know, just saying, Jesus, we love you, but you know.
That was totally wicked!
Yes, it turned out pretty amazing. We already started on our holiday line, so you know where to go.
There you go. So if you guys want to have some fun holiday merch for this holiday season, like we mentioned before, go check it out at merch.tyrantdominus.com. If you want to get anything, we updated some of the stuff. We have some fun holiday Christmassy stuff for fun. That's only going to be there for this year. It's not going to be coming back, so note that. We're going to try to always change it up, so if you want this year's stuff, you better get it before it's gone. And the same stuff with our... I think it's version 1. No, not original. Yeah, version 2 and version 3 of the podcast logo and sweaters will be going at the end of the year. So if you like that design, make sure you get that. I'm currently wearing it. In my opinion, my favorite logo design is version 2. It wouldn't be able to wear it in some locations because it has like a weird rainbow color. But I kind of like it.
I know. Some people just hate rainbows.
Yeah, and I like it. It's really sick. I think you and me have agreed that, like, we both have ordered our stuff, and it feels very comfortable to wear. It's very like everyday stuff, and it's fun.
Yeah, my daughter wants to rep too. Whoop, whoop.
There you go. Yeah, it's fun. It's very cozy for sure, and we also came up with a fun pint glass and some fun drinking shirts. And
yes, you can blame me, y'all. It was not my fault. I decided on that decision.
And if you wanna support Liz in particular, you can catch her Liz tote bag. That's exclusively Liz, and all the profits from that goes to her because it's Liz's
yes.
tote bag. So if you want to support Liz in particular, get her tote bag.
And if you just want to support out both of us, just buy everything on our merch line.
Exactly. Like always, it will disappear, so you better get it now before it's gone. But enough with kind of plugging our merch. We do like it, and we want you guys to support us and have something to show for it. Let's kind of get into some of these stories of that's been happening. There's a lot. There's some scandals. Yes. There's some releases. There's people.
Plague.
That. There's been Facebook. So much has been happening online. So where do you want to kind of get started?
Wherever you want to go. I'm up for anything. We have a little bit of everything going on in.
So let's kind of start with the big one on the docket is recently. I think you and me briefly spoke of it. I don't think you've seen it because you kind of can't. But Squid Game has become the number one as far as the time of this recording.
Yes, it was quite the conversation at work.
Yeah, Squid Game has become the number one Netflix series above Bridgerton, I think. And I didn't even know what the hell Bridgerton was until I looked into it. Like, oh, that makes sense why that show's popular too. But I can understand why Squid Game has been hit. Is one of the, in my opinion, I did a review on that. So if you want to hear my full review on Squid Game, go catch that on Reaction Cast. But yeah, it became the number one like Netflix series of all time. I don't. Well, when you have a chance, I know you can't watch it You can watch it in your spare time when you're able to, but are you going to be planning on watching Squid Game?
Yes, now that it's been like a hype around work, it was really interesting to hear from an older pharmacist. She said she watched it and she really liked it, and I was like, what? This woman I did not take for her to be like one of those people she would like watch that, but she absolutely loved it. But I guess because she grew up with like a lot of, well, she's Asian herself, so she obviously support Asian culture, so.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
It was really it was a little out of my reach for her because I did not expect that kind of thing coming out of her.
Okay, so for anyone listening who doesn't know what Squid Game is, by this time, if you haven't heard about Squid Game, you're pretty lost in the shrubs. Squid Game is a South Korean survival thriller television show. Fun fact is the director and writer of the Squid Game tried to publish his work or produce his work out in South Korea for 10 years, and they wouldn't give him a shot until Netflix gave it to him. And now look at him now.
He's rolling in the dough.
So basically, Squid Game is this story of, God, I'm gonna butcher this name. I believe his name is Jun Hoom, and about 436 contestants who are all fallen members of society. All in some level of debt or in one way or another, and they're given an opportunity to get out of this pit hole. And all they have to do is complete 6 children's games. And once they do, they earned what's roughly estimated to be, it's like 446 billion won, which is estimated to be about $36 million American or USD. For anyone listening, I think that's one of the most searched Google search during the last couple of weeks is how much is 46 billion won. So yeah, like I had to Google it. I kind of wanted to know. But you know, for the most part, the gimmick is that when you're, you know, they're children's games. It's not really a spoiler for the first game. It's like red light, green light. I think most children have played red light, green light. Have you, Liz, when you were younger?
Yes. Yes.
So you know, once you move during red light, you're eliminated. You're out of the game, right? The gimmick of the show is when you're eliminated, you're killed off. You're dead, and then that's how the rest of the show is gone. For sure, it is pretty gruesome. It's very explicit, but the plot is very enjoyable. Like I said, catch my review if you want to know more. I can see why it's getting wide prominence. YouTube has been making so many fun YouTube videos using Squid Game stuff, posting money.
TikTok too.
TikTok is doing like this is a show. This is a craze right now. You know, you want to post it, you talk about it. We're talking about it right now. For sure, if you want to see one of the more recent, one of the most elaborate ones, I would catch. Actually, we talked about him last week. If you want to see a very fun video, it's a 3-parter. Go catch Moist Critical's Squid Games. He did a $10,000 challenge. Yeah, go check his videos out. But a lot of people have been doing this. Mr. Beast is currently working on a Squid Game. Like, he's fully reenacting 436 contestants. He's trying to get all this stuff. He's trying. He just at the time of this recording, yesterday he did a live stream promoting the sale of Squid Game style merch, and anyone who purchased the shirt or hoodie had a chance, because he's inviting 100 people from that merch sale for a chance to be in the Squid Games. I purchased myself a hoodie. You know, I'm not gonna deny it, for my chance to win $436,000. And if anyone can properly like recreate, for the most part, a Squid Game without the murder, I think Mr. Beast can do it. But yeah, like it's a big thing. People are doing it. It's gonna be a craze until the next thing happens. What are your thoughts as someone who has looking from a person who hasn't watched it, but you're watching for a person looking from the outside?
The hype it feels invigorating. It's awesome that, you know, I want to be I'm really enticed to watch it. I just have to watch it when it's appropriately, considering I do have a 10-year-old who has prying eyes for stuff.
For sure. And I know she watches already some gruesome stuff, but there are some scenes I in particular would say not for younger viewers. It can get pretty spicy, I won't deny that. Like if she watches someone's head explode, that's fine. But yeah, there are some spicier scenes for anyone who has children and to watch it. It's those awkward moments when you're like in a room with either your siblings or your parents, and there's like a spicy scene. It's like, this is happening. You've had those moments, right?
Oh, of course. I'm like, I just gotta go, no, I don't know what's going on.
Like, yes, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not looking at their eyes. I don't want to see what's going on in their minds. You got that right.
So yeah, for sure there are things like that. But here's my question for you. Are you going to be watching it in its original like home language, or are you going to be watching it in English?
I will have to do subtitles of some sort, because that's the only way I'm going to keep track of what's going on. I tried to watch stuff that are another show a while back that was in another few languages before I actually got to English, and I was like, I am so lost. There was no subtitles or anything, so I have to have a concept of what's going on with the game, or I'm gonna lose I'll be like, looking into the blank space of what the hell is this going on?
In my opinion, I think I said this in my review. It's a South Korean show. It is best viewed in its native language. You get more of an oomph for sure. I've seen a lot of I watch a lot of anime, so I normally watch a lot of subtitles. I watch most shows in native language. I've seen a couple French films. Like it's meant to be like played in its native language. It just has more more.
Yeah, I don't have a
to it.
problem with it being in its native language. I just got to have some sort of like English concept at the bottom so I can have an idea what's going on, so I'm not like lost completely in the story. Like what's going on.
And then I tried watching it in English. I don't know. It's sometimes you just can't get some voiceovers that are really good. You know.
Oh yeah, the dub overs.
Sometimes they're pretty cringy. It just doesn't match. I'm for sure a sub overdubbed when it comes to anime or any media for sure. But yeah, I highly like if anyone listening to it, if you haven't and you think it's like an overhyped show, no. In my opinion, it's only 9 episodes. They're roughly an hour long. They're long, but that's good. You know, you want a show to have a good depth to it. You'll fall in love with different characters. You'll be rooting for some. You'll be hating some. It's like I'm redoing my review, but yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Any other words before we continue?
Not that I can think of. I just know it's on my list to watch. That's for sure. Maybe
God,
when I have some time in Vegas, I'll watch them.
Oh, you know what? That would be the perfect costume for Halloween.
Squid Games.
I'll be number 001. Anyone who's listening knows what that means. Okay. Continue on with kind of some internet trends and stuff like that. And since we talked about Charlie Moist Critical, recently, a big live streaming website, Twitch, recently got hacked and stole nearly like 200 gigabytes of information. Ooh. And it's big. It is, in my opinion, I think it's the biggest live streaming site next to YouTube. They stole a lot of information. And they're kind of doing leaks in parts. I think everyone's talked about it at this point because a lot of people have been readily upset. Some people have been upset for other stupid reasons. I think that's what we're going to be talking about. But the first part, for sure, they leaked out the information of all the earnings of all the biggest streamers on the site and how much money they made in the past year. I think the timetable was from August to October, and some people were like really pissed. Like, why are these
August
people
of
making so much money?
2019, right?
Yeah. And people were really upset, like, why are they making so much money? And I'm like, people are watching them. What is your thoughts from someone who doesn't watch people live stream stuff like that?
Yeah, if that's how they make their money, that's how they make their money. I mean, hopefully they used it wisely into amping up their show and whatnot. Good for them.
When I mean their show, they're literally playing video games. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. But that's the way the world works right now. I mean, that's what everybody's into. I mean, I think we were, as millennials, we were like kind of the start of the generation of it. I mean, not really completely, but it became better on our time frame as kids. I think from the original Nintendo that my older brother played to what we were playing, like Sega Genesis, PlayStation, and N64s, and all that jazz. I mean, and Sega Genesis, yeah, that's it. So it's, yeah.
So what are your thoughts of these individuals making millions of dollars a year just playing video games online?
Good for them. They're doing what they love, right?
Yeah, they are.
You're supposed to, they say in life you should have a job that you enjoy, and if you're lucky, you make the great money out of what you enjoy doing the best, right?
Exactly.
Good for them. Right?
So this is where it's fun. Like once this got leaked out and everyone found the list, people were so what the heck happened? Sorry.
Pissed off?
They were pissed off. I don't know why. No, the screen was acting up, but they were so mad because they just didn't think they were earning so much. Some people, I think the top 30, I think, were making over $1 million a year, and people were like, "Why are you earning so much money? Like, you shouldn't be earning that much money." But I don't know why, if it's stupidity or just ignorance, that if someone donates a single like sub a month and someone's being watched for like 30,000 people, if you do basic math, I think they're on the low end. We're gonna be on the low end. If someone donates a sub, which can be on the low end $2.50, $2.50, 2.5, and you multiply that by the 50,000 people watching a month, you can do basic math, right? And that's how much
that.
And then that's how much they earned that month. And like, but yet some people, like, when they got released, like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you were making that much money. Why am I donating $10-$20 to you when you can?" Like you're the I don't understand. It's just like I'm not afraid to admit that I've donated a few dollars here and there to individuals because, you know, I've enjoyed their content. It's not like I'm like begging for anything. Like, I enjoyed watching them, and, you know, I threw in a couple dollars here and there, you know, and, like, you know, thank you for your time online. It's like, it's nothing else for anyone. And if anyone doesn't understand what we're talking about, it's like if you're watching a sports game or if you're watching a movie, you're just watching an entertainment. What's that noise in the background?
I have no idea. I was just thinking the same thing. I have no idea. There's so many things going around.
But yeah, it's just like that. It's just, you're just watching an entertainer be entertaining. They're playing a game or they're chatting with chat. The only difference is that you're able to interact with this individual and like, you know, give them money, ask them questions through these things. So I see no real difference. And here's the funny thing is, like, even though this was released, this is only the amount of money is like through subs and ads. This not even giving them like when sponsorships they get or donations they get. They're probably making like twice or three times this amount of money. Like,
probably.
Like, I don't know. They are like they made a joke out of it. They were literally using this rankings to like talk about, yes, I'm playing with number 5 and number 12 today. you know, you just gotta kind of joke about it. But they are pretty upset because it is a huge, like, we're joking about it, but this is only part 1 of the leak. There's over 200 gigs of, we just don't know what else they got. They could probably have information of all billing stuff, addresses of all these people, of the staff. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm reading through this article, they have the source code to how Twitch is ran, so they could sell that off, and someone else can make a live streaming service using their setup.
Wow.
There's a lot that was, like, as much as we're joking about the earnings, you know, there's a lot more to the actual, like, leak. You know, like people need to understand that. Like, I literally had to change my password to my Twitch account because I just didn't want, like, I'm not a big Twitch streamer or anything. I did it for a little bit. I'm going to go back and do it again later this month. But for sure, I'm going to take my security.
You know, later this month is almost the end of October, hon.
It's fine. It's fine. Like I said, I've been trying to get it's hard to stream when you don't have a proper computer to stream off of.
True that.
So I'm hoping to do some scuff streaming. Maybe I can make it to be one of the top 10,000 earners.
That would be awesome.
But for sure, it's crazy. They got. I'm waiting on bated breath to see what else gets released because it's just a waiting game on that.
That's for sure.
But so let's get on to the next topic. What should we talk about?
There's all sorts of good stuff that has happened.
What to talk about? So you want to pick something out, or you want me to give you options?
Give me an option. There's so much
Okay.
things. I was looking at everything. I'm like, there's too much going on.
So we can talk about Superman. We can talk about a spin-off show.
Yeah, so
Or
how about that
we can-
spin-off show?
Or we can talk about a crazy mom. So what
Let's
do
do
you want
the
to talk
crazy
about first?
mom. Let's do
Okay.
the crazy mom. Break up the monotony.
So let's talk about the stupidity of individuals. Now you yourself are a mom, but this mom was charged for hosting secret teen parties and pressuring kids to drink and engage in sexual acts or sex acts. My bad. Yeah.
Sexual, whatever. It's all the same.
Same thing. A California mom is facing 39 charges after hosting a series of illegal parties for her teenage son and mostly 14 and 15-year-old friends that regularly led to dangerous accidents and sexual assaults. What are your thoughts? Just me reading that, like, opening.
What the fuck is she thinking? Is she supposed to be on some mental psych meds that nobody really bothered to put her on?
So
I don't know.
apparently,
Who
yeah.
has the mentality to do that? Like, does she not have the mentality beyond that? She's just like, oh, I'm an adult. I can get this shit. Oh, yeah, I'll be fine. My kids will have fun. I'll be the cool mom. God.
Yeah. So the mother, 47-year-old Shannon O'Connor, also known as Shannon Borga.
Buga?
Buga? Borga. Is currently awaiting extradition. Is it extradition? Wow. To Santa Clara County. Blah, 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 blah. Her
Arrested
criminal
in Ada
charges...
County, Idaho.
I don't really care about that. She's her criminal charges include 12 felony counts.
Felony.
And 10
Felony.
felony counts and
Felony.
10 misdemeanors of child endangerment, 1 count of misdemeanor of sexual battery, 3
Battery.
counts of battery. That's what I said. What'd you say?
Oh, I thought I was helping you out.
3 counts of misdemeanor child molestation, 12 misdemeanors counts of providing alcohol to minors. Shit, that was a lot to read in such a.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. But yeah, you know, there's a
Forcing them to
lot.
binge drink to the point of illness or unconsciousness.
Where are
What the
you?
hell?
You can just read it.
Wow. Just crazy. Like, some of the shit that she was doing.
Read it then.
I'm reading it. I'm reading.
No,
Do you want me
read it to the
out loud?
audience. You gotta read it. You gotta read it to the
Damn,
audience. The
you gotta
audience-
be worse.
You gotta.
All right.
There's an audience listening. You just can't hold it on yourself.
Yes. Harm that resulted in intoxication, including 1 teen breaking a finger, another drowning in a hot tub, almost drowning, among other serious situations. Let an unlicensed drunk teen drive her car, hung out on the back while it was moving, caused a friend to fall, hit his head, and become unconscious for 30 seconds, later diagnosed with a concussion, spent the night vomiting. That sounds so much fun! That's what you want to do with your teenage life.
I won't deny it. My siblings were like that when they were younger.
Yeah, I know my
Not
siblings
that
were a little
crazy.
crazy, but not
That
that crazy either. Encouraged drunk teens to participate in sex acts with one another, sometimes non-consensual, or carried out while she watched. She allegedly laughed while the sexual acts happened, and when sexual assault victims asked why she didn't step in to help. Keep them a secret. She was accused of helping them sneak out of their home so she could drive them to her events. She found she had to bully at least 1 teen. She bullied a teenager who suspected of breaking the secret. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The
She
more
was
you
just
read, the more
grooming these
crazy.
kids.
So,
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's rough. It is rough.
Damn.
When you were younger, did you know were any of your friends' parents or your parents not like that young? Like they were like literally like early teens, but like late teens, like 17, 18, like even 20. Were you having those kind of, not that crazy, but just like here and there, a drink or two?
We were allowed to have like sips of alcohol, maybe an occasional beer here and there, but it was like not often. Yeah, but it was nothing like crazy.
Not like party crazy.
No, not party crazy. I mean, if anything, any like drinking of alcohol was always consumed with my family because they were like monitoring us, making sure we didn't do something stupid.
Like, what is that? What is? I know a lot of people don't like this policy, but it's when parents enter, they can drink at home but not out.
Well,
Like,
I'd rather have my kid exposed, knowing what alcohol tastes like. So if she goes to a party, she can sip and go, "Oh, that's alcohol," and then that, of course, that is her decision if she continues to drink the alcohol or if she just says walks out and not says she's not comfortable with the situation or change her drink. I don't care, but at least she has an idea of what she's getting herself into. So
avoiding the spiked drinks. Has that ever happened to you?
a spiked drink? No, thank God.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Like, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. Wait. Maybe as a joke, someone spiked my drink, but no, I have never drank it.
Okay, now when we say spiked, I was thinking like drugged, but okay.
Oh no! I'm talking about alcohol right now. We can talk about drugs later, but I don't think the mom provided drugs. It was alcohol, right? That's all the things were on there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No, we're not. That's not. Let's avoid talking drugs at the moment. Let's just go straight with just pure alcohol. We'll do what this mom did in particular. But yeah, as far as like spiked drinks, as far as spiked drinks, did you ever have to deal with any of?
No, I knew alcohol was coming my way at some point. Whether I tasted that was a question. Just how you make some drinks. Some of them can have some really good alcohol in it, and you won't know until it hits you, right?
That is true. There are some very sleeper drinks out there that you just don't chase it. I'm like, holy shit, this tastes pretty good. So be wary.
I'll have another one of those.
Yeah, but man, this woman just went ballistic on her partying. She really wanted to be the cool mom.
Yeah, way too fast.
And I feel like in the beginning, she was trying to be the cool mom, but then she became like the creepy mom, who was watching these teens have sex while they were drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Yeah, we don't even know further what else could have happened. Some of these probably some of these kids have been traumatized to the point where they can't fully talk about some of the stuff that probably happened or can't remember what happened because they were so intoxicated.
They were.
But I have no idea. It's just fucking crazy.
I know,
but these
right?
things happen.
I know, right? Crazy.
So let's continue on. So do you want to talk about? So the list is still Superman. We'll add to the list now that the third one's gone. Bow and Arrow.
Bow and Arrow. What do you want
on? The spinoff. Do you want to go with Bow and Arrow next?
It's a spinoff? On which show?
Okay, no. We got, like I said, there's the spinoff topic, the Superman topic, and a bow and arrow topic.
Okay, what's a bow and arrow topic? Okay, that one. All right,
Okay.
Now I see the article.
So let's see here. This happened in Europe. A man armed with a bow and arrow kills 5 people in Norway. Attack, police say. And I'm thinking God damn, this must be what is this person like Hawkeye level shit? Just so a man armed with a bow and arrow killed 5 people and wounded 2 others in a series of attacks in the Norwegian town of Kongsberg on Wednesday. As far as this recording, this thing was released on October 13th. So suspects was in custody. Police added. The man used a bow and arrow for some of the attacks, Police Chief Ovwen Haas told reporters. The police were investigating whether other weapons had also been used, he said. The man has been apprehended. From the information we now have, this person carried out these actions alone. Yeah, Jesus. If you see a man brandishing a weapon, any weapon, even it's some kooky medieval weapon, you just run. A bow and arrow is still a weapon. Dude,
they still use that as a way to hunt. I mean, it's not like something not.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
it's like, yeah, it's still like, if I was gonna perish, I don't want my gravestone to say die because bow and arrow. That's just too sad to me. There's a lot of sad ways and that's not
It
one.
sounds like we're back into ancient times.
Yeah, like you were like out on a hunting trip, hunting for your food when a stray arrow hit you in the knee and you dead from dysentery. Let me see here.
Information.
The death toll was worst of any attack in Norway since 2011, when far-right extremists killed 77 people, most of them teenagers, at a youth camp.
Poor teenagers.
The attack on Wednesday over a large area of Kongsberg, a municipality of 28,000 people in southern. I'm trying to find some more fun information, but yeah, what would you do if you saw someone in the distance brandishing a bow and arrow?
Call the cops. You'd be like, there's no animals here. What the fuck are you doing? I know humans are animals, but damn. And then I'll go hide my ass.
Even if he just has it on his back, like, oh, yeah.
Well, it's not Halloween yet.
Continuing my costume. Squid Game with a bow and arrow on my back. Continuing. It's gonna keep adding. Whenever the next article is, I'm gonna keep adding to a Halloween costume. But yeah, some people, man. Does this article even say why he killed all these people, or just being crazy?
No, it doesn't. I was reading it. I was trying to find out. Nope.
Just crazy man?
Nope.
Crazy man.
Yep, just crazy right now. Oh, it's acts of
All
terrorism, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. You never know. He's shooting people with bows and arrows. He's crazy enough, right?
Yeah, that's crazy enough.
If that's your closest. So look around. Here's an interesting. Look around your room right now, and what would be the closest thing to a weapon you would use to assault people? I'm gonna look around my office really quick.
I got a stool.
You got a stool.
Yep.
The best thing I got is like a pen, like that can be used. A pen. Yeah, I'm looking around. That's the closest interesting thing I can use.
Well, my dog could be another one, but you know.
True. All right, let's continue on then. So we still have a spin-off, Superman, and this time we'll add Meteorite. What do you want to talk about next?
Oh, let's do the Meteorite, because I posted that one. That was pretty freaking funny.
All right,
I
go
thought
ahead.
it was interesting. So Meteorite crashes through a roof into a sleeping woman's bed. Come on. It was clear at night in Golden, British Columbia, and 66-year-old Ruth Hamilton was sound asleep in her home when she was startled awake by something truly out of this world. Hamilton was sleeping alone in her bed on night of Sunday, October 3rd, when she was jolted awake and the sound of explosion and her dog was barking. She immediately turned on the light, noticed a hole in the ceiling just above her bed, and dialed 911. Shortly after dialing for help, she realized what had happened. I flipped back the top pillow. I know, right? I flipped back on the top of the pillow, and there was a rock. The softball-sized rock turned out to be the meteorite that crashed through the house, landing just inches away from her head. Golden is situated eastern British Columbia, about a 4-hour drive west of Calgary. Fortunately, Hamilton was able to walk away unscathed. An unbelievable story to tell for the rest of her life. Debris hit my face in the drywall, but not a single scratch. There has been tales of people being killed by meteorites throughout history, but there's only one confirmed death due to a meteorite in the last 100 or so years. That incident occurred in Iraq in 1888. The chances of being hit by a meteorite are incredibly slim. A person's more likely to be struck by lightning multiple times in life than to have been a meteorite hit a house just once.
Or you can perish in a baby gender reveal party.
Yeah, true that.
So yeah, man, that is crazy. She is one of the luckiest people alive at the moment.
I'm surprised she didn't go out and get a lottery ticket of some sort.
I know, right? Because looking at the size of this thing, she would have died. She would have died.
It's a
from this
softball
thing.
size. Like, yeah, I know what a softball size is. Damn.
Yeah, and going that fast straight into your skull, dead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that and literally in her bed, like it's like my God, she is
I was just sleeping and enjoying my slumber.
and just
Ah.
oh my God, man, she's I can't really say much more about that. She's just barely lucked out, like
Yeah, I know. The odds. You know,
the odds
maybe
are
it's
crazy.
just the way. Well, the fact that it got slowed down by the hitting her roof, so that decreased the amount of speed, and of course, probably broke it in chunks a little bit too.
No,
But, yeah.
not that much, but still, even then,
A little
You're
bit.
lucky. You're lucky you live on like the bottom floor of your place, so at least if it does destroy someone, it will be your neighbors on top. Like,
Which are selling their place, by the way. So if anybody wants to be my neighbor,
or I could turn that into a studio. No, you can't turn you can't turn places like that into workplaces. That's sad. Maybe if this show
yeah, but
keeps
I don't have
popping up-
310 grand rolling around just to go buy a place upstairs. It would be nice. Hey, you want
No,
to spend the
I've
night? I got upstairs place.
I've looked into leasing a place. You know, this could be if people keep listening, you guys. This might be getting a studio permanently. Like have it all nice and neat. Video recordings. Ooh. But yeah.
Scandalous.
But yeah. We've looked into other fun stuff. But yeah, this is one of the luckiest ladies on the planet at the moment to survive.
Yeah, no
this.
kidding. She survived the 1,000 ways to die.
Literally, she did. Whew, I'm thinking about it. Like if I'm just sleeping one day, like, she had no real time to act because that thing is flying at like crazy speeds. So whatever got her
you
up,
sound asleep in your freaking. Oh, that would be an interesting story. You woke up, died
Like,
from
yeah.
a meteorite, and you're like, "What the hell? I'm dead."
So yeah, all right. Let's continue on. So we have still spin-off. We have Superman, and we have the only other interesting thing on this list would be North Korean soldier.
Let's do the spin-off because I'm very familiar with I'm familiar with the older show, that's for sure. But yeah,
Really?
I would like to see the twist off.
Were you not a big fan of the original show? So
No,
well,
I was. I'm just saying
Oh, okay.
I would like to see it.
I thought you were like saying you weren't familiar with the old show. Like, okay.
Oh no,
So-
I'm very familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay, so the title of this is That 70s Show spinoff that 90s show ordered at Netflix. So it's going to be a Netflix show. So Kurt Woodsmith and Deborah Jo Rupp will to return. So they actually did it wasn't a spinoff, but they did the 80s show too. Did you know that? It only
Yes, I
lasted,
do
think,
remember
a
that
season.
briefly.
Was it only a
It don't-
season actually?
I'm trying to remember that. I was thinking it was like only a couple episodes. I don't think it went beyond that, to tell you the truth.
Did it
So-
like get canceled really quick? I'm looking it up really
I thought
quick.
it got canceled.
You'll be actually lasted 13 episodes, so a season worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I it was before we had, Netflix and Hulu and all that, so I probably didn't get a chance to watch it completely through. So
Yeah, it's one of those things where once it goes on, this is like old media where it's on television and it's gone forever. But thanks to the power of the internet, like everything lives on. I've been more recently been able to watch some old like not cartoons, old like kid shows that I watched when I was younger, because you can't find them anymore. You can't buy them, and it's like almost nearly impossible to find them. But yeah, it's and you actually Fox in particular, if you look up what is it called? Not deleted. Expired? No, canceled shows.
Obsolete?
If you look up, no, canceled. If you look up Fox's canceled shows, like shows that only aired for like 2 or 3 episodes and then they got canceled, there's a lot. And I used to watch a lot of Fox television. There's a lot of shows that are like, oh, this looks interesting, and it only ever aired 3 episodes and then they were gone.
Damn.
But yeah.
I think there was a couple of shows I might have watched and I was like, oh, I really like the show, and then it'd be gone and be like, what the fuck?
So here, I'll let you talk about the 70s spinoff while I look. Actually, I'm gonna look up the Fox kills. Continue. I'll let you do that.
Netflix has ordered That 90s Show, a spinoff of the Fox sitcom That 70s Show. Kurt Wood-Smith and Deborah Jo Rupp, who played parents Red and Kitty Foreman in the original series, are now to return in That 70s Show. Netflix has ordered 10 episodes of the show, which is a multi-cam sitcom like the original. In the new series in 1995, and Leah Foreman, daughter of Eric and Donna, is visiting her grandparents for the summer, where she bonds with the new generation of Point Place, Wisconsin kids, under the watchful eye of Kitty and the stern glaze of Red. Oh god, that's gonna be interesting. I love Red. He was my favorite, like, I'm gonna whoop your ass kind of father.
Yeah, he was. He was old school father. Plus, whoever's revving that car in the back is very rare to go.
Apparently. Yeah, a lot of people going. Going. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to see how that... I would love to see it. This nostalgia of all of it. But I know that, as... Yeah, raised in the 90s myself, it's like, oh, but there was, like, different, like, popular things for each part of the country. So, yeah, like, I'm curious of what Wisconsin's going to be. You know what I mean? So.
It's going to be interesting for sure. And knowing how the environment is now, I don't think they're going to be able to get away with a lot of things that can be said during the 90s. That's kind of... There's going to be a lot of, like, very... like nostalgia cringe stuff for sure that are gonna appear, but they're not gonna be able to do a full 90s stuff, because for sure there's a lot that happened during the 90s that you can't really say or air now.
Yeah, no kidding. That is for sure. I wonder how they're gonna have to do that spinoff, that turn-off.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Luckily, it's in a way it's good and bad. Netflix does some good stuff for sure, but it has some stinkers in there too. So let's wait in.
Hey, I'm all for it though.
So let's we'll wait on bated breath, and I might do a review on it when the time comes. So oh god, there's a lot of cars in the background.
Someone's probably pissed off at me. I don't know. Well, we are. Like I said, my neighbors upstairs are trying to sell the place, so who knows? Interesting. It could be a lot of cars coming through. I don't know if they have an open house today, so I thought it was tomorrow. Usually have open houses on Sunday.
All right. So for anyone listening, we do apologize the sound in the background. We'll do our best to clean it up as best we can. Let's see here. I'm trying to look. I was looking for. There used to be a decent list of shows that had that got canceled, but I find it. And it's kind of sad. So I'm gonna just there's this. Let's see. I'm just trying to find a list. We knew about Futurama getting canceled. Arrested Development. Everyone knows about this. Firefly. These are the ones everyone.
I'm able to see that article about Superman because it keeps popping up all the other crap it wants me to do. Sign up for a subscription.
Oh, don't worry. We can just talk about it. It's really easy. The topic's pretty simple. So we'll talk about Superman.
I kind of read a base earlier in another different article.
So we'll do, these will be the last two talk. We'll talk about Superman. We'll talk about the Facebook thing. So the Superman thing is, for anyone who doesn't know, in recent times, in the last probably, I think, for anyone listening who's a big comic book fan, I do apologize if I get some of this wrong. Okay. In recent times, Superman has had children, and in recent stories are in the current, like the one that's coming up or has been released, has found that I believe it's Superman's kid Jonathan Kent has been revealed that his character is bisexual and has a boyfriend, and the internet went crazy. Sorry, what?
The boyfriend's name is Jay. So
I
do remember that.
Yeah, but the internet went crazy when they found out that Superman's son is gay. I don't know. It's like, all right.
What happened to being progressive and going forward?
So here are my thoughts. Here are my honest thoughts about this. When it comes to what's happening these days. There's been a lot of like characters in recent times that they've been either changing genders or their sexual orientations to kind of fit a story, and it can work sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. And I feel that they should be trying to work in like some newer characters, and there has been some new characters that they tried adding, but it's been like super cringe levels. I think we've talked about them. There's like been some really cringy characters they've tried to introduce where they could do a lot better to represent like at least the LGBT community. There are characters that are part of the LGBT community, and they do a reasonably good job. It's when they try to like imply things, like if your story goes well and it makes sense, okay. But it's when I haven't read it, so I don't know how well they do imply how. Is it Jonathan Kent? I don't know if it is.
I think it is Jonathan. Yeah.
Okay, if it's Jonathan and how he like, okay, so yeah, if it makes sense why he is like, okay, like I'm more for it. But if they kind of just shoehorned it in, like, oh yeah, he's bisexual, like why, right? Like you don't. That's my honest opinion about this situation. Like I don't care if Superman's kid is bisexual, gay. I don't care. But if they shoehorn it in, like yeah, he's just gay now. Like what's the reason? You know, there should be a reason to develop a character's thing.
Yeah, there should be a little bit of backstory to it and unfolds, basically.
And a reasonable one, and not just so, like some people can just like he's gay now. Okay, like no, like give us a reason. Give us a reasonable, good, plausible reason. Like okay, so that's why. Whoa, what was that? I heard like someone growl. I thought that was your stomach growling.
Damn, you Max Moo. I'm not hungry.
You are hungry.
I'm not hangry. Hell yeah.
But yeah, so okay, so what are your thoughts so far on this situation?
Honestly, it's good on
Not a single fuck was given this day.
Or is it DC Comics? DC Comics.
Oh my god,
DC.
I'm gonna slap you the next time I see you. That hurt me a lot.
Well, DC Comics. I mean, that I'm glad they're looking at it as an opening story. But again, I agree there should be a background to it or a build up to this reveal, so we have an inkling. Yeah, I even though I'm not a big comic person myself, but I do like. I have known Superman. We all grew up with Superman on TV.
Yeah, I think the entire world knows who Superman is at this point. Like he's everywhere. I think he's a global entity, to say the least, as far as character. But yeah, like you're right. There should be a reasonably like we're all interested in good stories. Maybe some garbage stories too, but for the most part, we enjoy good stories. If it's not intriguing, like I fall off and I see no reason. And mostly when they're trying to do, I really like this idea of having continuing stories because we've had the same superheroes for so long. I won't deny that. We've had Clark Kent Superman for like 30, 40 years.
No, we gotta take it back to the 1950s, dude.
A long time. It's a long time. I'm ready for another generation. I'm happy for that, but I want them to do a good service to the next generation. And they've done some because I know Bruce Wayne's son Damian has been done dirty sometime, but there's some good stories on that. Same with the Flash's kids. But it all depends on who's writing the story. Things like that. So let's I'm crossing my fingers and seeing what I don't know who the writer for this current Superman title is at the moment. But I'm hoping they're gonna do a good job on this, and hopefully it doesn't become cringe and it's just another side note and kind of hurts.
It ruins story.
Ruins a story and a chance for another member of the LGBT community character that could have been done well. There's another thing I was gonna bring up with this. What was it?
I don't know. It wasn't in your brain.
No, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to think. Nothing came to mind. But, that's fine. So let's kind of finish up with a topic we were going to talk about last week was the Facebook stuff and kind of the person who kind of we didn't go full talk about this last week, right?
No, I don't think so. I think we briefly discussed that. We survived.
Yeah. Like the leaks and the whistleblower and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, I don't know. I think we briefly touched it, went into it too deep.
So what happened was, for anyone listening, so what happened a few weeks back was a person, at this point, an ex-employee of Facebook, revealed a bunch of documents and emails that Facebook higher-ups knew that a lot of the stuff that was happening on Facebook and Instagram were like inciting, like not promoting, but inciting, were more prominent in inciting political outrage, racial outrage, in a younger female demographic. It was inciting a feeling of depression, suicide. It was like, okay, that's fucking crazy. And the thing is, Facebook never did anything about it. They just like, oh, okay, we have this information. Push those ads. Like, oh my god, that's pretty messed up. So
it's already bad enough with all the media and stuff like that. So I can understand where she's coming.
What did you know about this?
I really don't know. I didn't really pay attention because I'm on Facebook for my fans and family, so I really don't pay attention to a lot of the ads. Not gonna lie.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do, and it can really be damaging too.
Yeah, I agree. With society the way it is right now, it controls a lot of our psyche, and there has not been a lot of upside stories, I guess you could say. There's a lot of negative downturn stories from media, wherever, from TV to movies to social things, and now it's not been good now.
Is there a motorcycle, or is that your tummy rumbling?
It might be a motorcycle. No, my tummy is just not rumbling. Probably the motorcycle guy, like 3 or 4 doors down. Or actually, it's just I don't know which store he actually lives at. I just know his garage.
Okay,
is
I was like that entire, like, I'm gonna be honest, I tried to like follow you, but I just kept hearing that rumbling, like, what is that? Anyways, yeah. You've been fortunate enough to kind of only stay on the Facebook platform, and for the most part, you only handle it with friends and family. But for sure, you've stayed away from some of the other social medias. But you're on TikTok now, just having fun with that too, messing around with that.
My daughter and I are connecting on that level.
So here's there's kind of a little bit of tangent. So what have been your experience with this more modern social media that is TikTok? What has been your experience on that?
It's been fine so far. I mean, because my taste and my likes are very different and evolving. I think it's having a hard time trying to figure out what I really like. As you discovered, I found the Mexican network. For some reason, I think I'm Mexican.
Mexican TikTok. You can just say whatever it is, just end it with TikTok. You found Mexican TikTok. Kind of like how I mentioned this weeks ago. I was like in TikTok. I'm no longer there. I'm currently, most of my stuff is now in stand-up TikTok, D&D TikTok, and live stream TikTok. So that's where I'm currently. And I think like 2 weeks ago, I was in dance video TikToks for a bit. But yeah, it tries to understand you. There's a way to kind of fix it a little bit. I can show you next time. But yeah, so different social medias have different things, and sometimes it can be fun and enjoyable on your taste and stuff. But like going back, it can become harmful for younger generations, because like when there's actual data showing that it's harming individuals and nothing's done with it, that's when it become really fucked up. And when it's like their own data, like it's actually Facebook's data saying like, yeah, it's causing young girls to feel depressed and feel like they're not like worth like, and they're just pushing like these different ads for like weight loss pills and therapy, everything. I think we even talked about how some like ads, like I think a little bit ago we were sending each other ads we get, and like you just never know what the algorithm puts out, and can be very saddening when this is what's being pushed. And I think for sure, you like what I said earlier, you've kind of stayed away from a lot of the online space, and I think it's been a little bit more healthy for you. You might not be as connected, but you've stayed away as much, and I think it's helped. I think it's helped you a little bit more. I'm more stone-headed, so I'm not as riled it up. I laugh most of it off. It's like it's funny. Like when I see people post, when I see people like argue in my comments on my YouTube, I just like, cool. Someone took the time to write that. That's fine. Like I'm happy. If you're listening to this, watching this on YouTube, leave me a mean comment. I'm happy. I'll read it. Like if you're that upset too, that's cool. But for sure, I think it's gonna be more prevalent for the generation before us, and probably your daughter's generation specifically, because they are in this and they are in that generation where like the online space is another world,
place
basically.
to be, basically.
Yeah, like she plays Roblox and Minecraft and Fortnite. Being online is the other hanging out now. It's no longer going to the mall or anything. It's like, yeah, let's meet up online and play a game or chit chat, things like that. It depends on how
the skate park or the park, or I know. It's like how we used to hang out back in the kids.
Man, you can't do that now. It's like, okay, so let's just get on Discord if you want to join us. It's a safe space on our Discord. Come hang out.
Take some insults, people. I've taken it multiple times from this guy.
Hey,
he calls me granny.
I call you a boomer. I do not offend the grannies out there. No, the grannies out there are amazing. To the grannies out there, you are fantastic. Liz is just a boomer. She's
I need my safe space.
So, but yeah, it's if you guys want to join us on our Discord, it's a very safe environment where we just talk, chit chat, post memes, talk about different things like before the show too, like post
Not
like new movie trailers and stuff like that. And it's
getting together, hang on locally.
But it's one of those things where it's like it's where people go, what social medias, what chat rooms people are interacting with, what individuals are talking, because sometimes it can just become a echo chamber or the circle jerk when things comes like this, and you have to be very wary. But yeah, do you have any last thoughts of kind of this these Facebook stuff or some of the safety that when it comes to things online?
Just ignore it, people. You're beautiful the way you are. We love you.
So what is some advice to come join us? What would be some advice you would give to people who have kids in their preteens who are now kind of delving into like some of these social games?
I think we have to have some monitoring in place. I mean, I do definitely either between my mom and I, we overwatch my daughter's things. A little monitoring and little like keeping an eye on what they're doing. It's always a good thing, and maybe put on some parental things if you need to. I mean, that's not a bad idea. So
okay, guys.
Excuse me. Bad.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna end it there. Just a little advice at the end. As always, follow us on any of our podcast platforms. If you're listening to this, Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, or any podcast player, just follow or subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys thought of any of the topics we talked about. If you want to follow us on any of our social medias, You can put, there'll be a link below for me. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow Liz on TikTok if you want to see her post random shit or share random shit. She likes sharing stuff.
And I do love to share.
And as always, you can always just hang out with us on our Discord and chat with us. And just, yeah. Any other words you want to say, Liz?
We love you guys. Keep on listening. We appreciate you. And buy our merch at merchtyrant.dominus.com. I did help invest into making some of those beautiful things.
Okay, remember, because you can only get it for until the end of the year. But yeah, everyone, thanks again for listening. Until next time, see ya.
Bye.